And that's when I realized that it is actually our suppressed emotions that drive our unconscious thoughts. And unless we release those emotions, we're going to constantly be thinking all the time. Inner peace, that elusive state that many of us seek and we want to attain during our meditation or perhaps during our lives, because we're constantly rushing around and we're busy. But how do you attain it? Now, one way that is usually recommended is meditation. And I've been doing meditation now for, I think it's about 18 years. So I've actually attained a certain state of peace, of stillness within my life. However, it wasn't always through meditation. And although meditation has helped a lot, what has really helped is actually releasing my emotions. Now, many people think that when you have thoughts, those thoughts create emotions, and that is true. However, what is also true is the fact that our suppressed feelings, those feelings that we've hidden within, that we've suppressed, the grief, the sadness, the anger, also drive our thoughts. And they drive our thoughts in a very unique way, because those thoughts are usually so fleeting, so unconscious, that we don't even know they exist. So if we really want to attain deep inner peace, what we really have to look at is our suppressed emotional energy, and we have to work with that. Because I've found from personal experience, once I release an emotion, and if it's a particularly strong feeling, I find that my mind becomes very still afterwards. And the most amazing experience I had of this process was when my father died. He died about 10 years ago, and I was on a 10-day long Vipassana meditation retreat. And from the very beginning, I could not still my mind. My mind was running away, was talking, and I didn't know what was wrong, because this was the third time I'd done the course, and the previous 2 times I felt that I had more stillness, more presence than this time. But it wasn't until the 7th day, when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's completely silent, I get up, have a shower, and then go to my cubicle, which is like a little toilet. Because I have, as at the time I was an advanced meditator, so I got assigned a little cubicle. When I sit down, all of a sudden I start having these thoughts about my father and you know, how much I miss him. And then I start to cry, and I don't stop crying for the next 7-8 hours. And at the time, I didn't understand what was going on. I had actually learnt about emotional release at that point for about 3 or 4 years, but I didn't really get it. And it's only when I had this experience of this intense release of grief and sadness around my father's death that I really understood it. Because the very next day when I go to sit down, I notice something's completely different. Not only has my back pain, my shoulder pain completely disappeared, but my mind was completely still. I was present, I was in the moment. I could take my mind to various parts of my body and it would just stay there. I could concentrate on my breath, and my mind wouldn't wander. It would just be so still. And that's when I realized that it is actually our suppressed emotions that drive our unconscious thoughts. And unless we release those emotions, we're going to constantly be thinking all the time. So, and the other thing to understand is when we're meditating and we cannot stop thinking, usually we should be dealing with the feeling, the sensation, because only when we release that will we attain that degree of stillness that we really desperately seek. So, if you're meditating and you're feeling or you're thinking too much and you're saying to yourself, I cannot meditate, my mind's always wandering, then try dealing with the emotional energy, just the feeling. Feel your body. Feel the way it feels exactly as it feels. And this goes with almost every situation in your life, because we're constantly getting triggered by the people and circumstances in our life experience. And unless we learn to deal with emotional energy, then we're really going to be just projecting out at them, and we're never ever going to truly attain that inner state of peace. So if you like what I said, please click on the subscribe button on the bottom right of this video, and I'll see you later.